Welcome to your card reading. So, I'm talking to somebody who is in a void state, and what that means right here is that this is after some kind of huge change. This is after the tower fell, so to speak. Some sort of huge adjustment has been made, and for a while it may have been chaotic, and now we're kind of in this space where it's kind of like that, okay, what now? You may just be kind of floating along, kind of like, I don't want to say exactly directionless. Whoop. You good? Anyway, I don't want to say directionless, but it's like you don't really know where to go, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to feel, something like that. So if you are resonating with that, then this may be your reading. So right off the bat, I am seeing we have the empty room, which that would be the void state. We have the womb, and the womb, that also corresponds to the void for me. That's a state where there is nothingness, it's darkness, and that's where life is created. So this is telling me that when you're in the void state, you're kind of in this weird suspension. There is nothingness, and in that time, that's when you begin to create what you want to draw in for yourself. You create the life that you want to bring in for yourself. I'm also seeing that you've been in some sort of deep contemplation here with these colors. This is the Lover, so I'm also seeing that there's a lot of deep feeling here. You may have just gotten out of a relationship or dropped some sort of very important connection to you, or some sort of change has been made there. But beyond that, beyond connections and things like that, the Lover is just about the fact that the Lover, that archetype, lives within all of us. It lives within everyone. You can tap into that energy even just by making eye contact with a stranger for a bit longer than intended, right? I'm seeing here that it's a swan who's a very devoted creature, protecting this little pearl, and I'm seeing there's just a lot of deep philosophical thought around here with this purple, but there's also an outreach to optimism and to joy and to living your life. So it's not like this sort of despair type of energy, it's really just something has happened to you to make you think very deeply for what feels like a very long time now. So yeah, that's who I'm talking to. Let's see what message Spirit has for you. This is the deck that I'm using today. I really want to take advantage of my collection. I rarely ever use this card deck, so let's see. Oh gosh, that was way too many. We have the underworld. Very intriguing imagery. It's like I'm looking at a mess. Alright, I am going to have to use the booklet for this, and it's going to take me a while to search everything up, so feel free to skip ahead. The Underworld 202. The Underworld. Search for images of a map of Dante's Inferno. What is the story of epic descent stirring you? If anyone here knows that saxophone song from TikTok, where like you can tell something bad is about to happen, somebody's playing that out there. My window's open. That's kind of fitting, isn't it? Anyway. This is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. Ooh. It is the darkest shadow realm, which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into its depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Wow. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it is what gives it dangerous power. Okay, so immediately, I think because you're in this void state, so let me explain. It's very easy to hate that era, to hate that moment in time. Hate is a strong word, but it's very easy to dislike the void state, because it just feels like nothing's going on. It feels like you don't feel inspired. It can feel like you're sad about what was once there, and now you're facing the emptiness. But the important thing to understand here is that you're not being punished, and it's not really that you're in timeout. It's that you've been given a blank drawing board. And I think that is an important way to sort of reframe how we view life after a huge change of some kind. You've been given a blank canvas. And this card is Spirit saying, I think that you're just viewing it right now, or you may have been feeling like it's just heavy and empty and dark and dreary, but that's not what it doesn't have to be. That it can also be an open door to whatever you want to bring in now, an open door to whatever kind of life you want to start living now. So yeah, there's that. Pull some more. These cards are so smooth. Well, that was a lot. That was way too many. The Mountain and the Village, which, funny enough, has that mountain right there. That's funny. Let's see. And 188. Sorry, I had to go do something. Okay, so starting off with the mountain. Research the mountains. Find one that strikes you and stare at it for a while. Where is it? The pilgrim may be awakening in you. The summit calls. Contemplate Joseph Campbell's suggestion. You are the central mountain, and the central mountain is everywhere. The mountain stands eternally in our awareness, calling us towards its peak. It stirs up stoic and regal feelings, reminding us that the long line of spirits, sages, sadhus, and gods that made their humble thrones within its snowy peaks. Beware, though, as the mountain can afflict us in two ways. It can inspire and enliven us to rise to new heights in peak experience, yet it can also create isolation, competitiveness, and an inflated sense of stealth. Standing upon its heights can activate the purist and the perfectionist in us, creating separation from those who we deem to be below. Now, let's go on to the village. The village moves with you as it is more of a mindset than a physical place. Returning to the village is as important as leaving it. Gosh. Returning to the village is as important as leaving it. This can be thought of as a completion or an integration of what you learned out in the world. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. Wow, I think it's funny that we have such kind of opposing cards, but at the same time they go hand in hand. This is literally the same mountain, just reflected. So it looks like I'm talking to somebody who has definitely left the village. Maybe part of what was dismantled before you entered this void state is just your life. It could be a relationship, a friend group, a job. It could be all of them. But I think that you did leave this village mindset, or you left the village that you had around you. And that might be part of like why this can be very difficult, is that you may feel you don't have anyone right now who understands you or that you can talk to. I am seeing that on this adventure though, you've definitely overcome some difficulties. I'm seeing that you may be kind of up in this mountain alone, symbolically. We've got this person here, this person is you. And there's that purple color again, but this time there's blue and green surrounding it. So with that purple color, still deep contemplation, deep feeling, deep philosophical thought, all of those kinds of things. And now with this energy of, with this blue and green, it's making me think of literally creation, but also growth, wisdom, learning. Some kind of quiet alignment here. A little bit of a somber feeling too. Let me get into, dang, I don't know where my tarot cards are. Hold on. Okay, I've got my cards. Let's get into some tarot here, because I want to know more about the mountain and the village here for you. Ugh, the cards are so thick. Spirit, please tell me more about this mountain and village. Whoa, that was a lot. We ain't doing that. Alright. Hold on, I gotta shuffle these better. About the mountain and the village, please. Its significance here. We have Page of Swords reversed. 10 of Swords. The Tower. Judgment and 10 of Pentacles. Hear the thunder? I love the sound of storms. Just love them. I know it unsettles some people, but it brings me so much peace. Okay. You may have jumped into something. This change, I think you might have jumped into it very quickly. I'm seeing that with this Page of Swords reversed, pages are novice learners. They're kind of new at whatever the endeavor is. Pages are a very youthful energy. They can be very excited, but the downside is that they can also be a little impatient. They can kind of, they don't fully know what they're doing yet. With this Page of Swords in reversed, it's telling me that somebody kind of got too excited on something. They might have jumped the gun on something, and with this Ten of Swords in this tower, it kind of just feels like you made a decision very quickly without properly thinking through all of what would come after. That might be how it feels. Ten of Swords is very heavy energy, and then to have the Tower right after, that's telling me that I think this is what that void state was. Then we have Judgment in the Ten of Pentacles. Judgment and the Ten of Pentacles. Well, it looks like you were after some form of independence here. You made a judgment call, and right now you're kind of dealing with the aftermath. I think it's time to, with this Judgment card, I think it's time to take a look back on something. Take a look back on something. The Judgment card is a major arcana. I see that you want to move forward with independence, with full stability, maybe self-sustained lifestyle, you know? And I'm not saying that you're not going to get it, but what I am seeing is that some sort of review might be necessary. But I'm also seeing that, oh, I think this is the review. That's what you're in right now. So the mountain, you've climbed the mountain, you've made the choice that you had to make that was scary, and you may have made it a little fast. You may have jumped into it. But you've climbed the mountain, you've done the thing, and now this is the review. This is you looking back on the village. This is you. I'm also noticing all of these warm colors here, but it doesn't feel safe and comforting. It feels a bit ominous to me, like a fire in the distance. I'm not saying you've burned your bridges. If that applies, then it applies, but there's always going to be some sort of sacrifice. There's some payment that you have to make to buy a new life, or to buy a different era, lifestyle that you want. I think this Judgment card with the Ten of Pentacles is saying that you are in that review right now. And you may have been searching, you've been wanting that independence, you had to make a choice. You felt you had to make a choice in order to gain this specific type of stability that you were yearning for. And you're looking back at what you used to have. But it doesn't feel, even though we did get the Ten of Swords in the Tower, that feels past. It doesn't feel like we're currently in this heavy, depressing, grieving type of energy. This is the after. You're just you're in reflections. Don't avoid it. Don't avoid it. Stop avoiding it. I'm hearing that you're avoiding reflecting on something, maybe because it hurts. That's natural. That's very often the case for a lot of people. But something is calling out to you because it wants to be thought of. So what is this collective being guided to do then exactly? In order to achieve what is next? Oh, let's start with what is next. What's next for you? We have the Strength card, the Six of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. Six of Pentacles and Two of Swords came out reversed, but I feel like they should be upright. I think, so what is next for you? For one, we have Strength. Internal strength. Pride could be something. Proudness. Then we have generosity. Six of Pentacles. Generosity and help. You helping somebody, somebody else helping you. And a decision. Decision. Sorry, I'm back. This video probably has the most cuts. But I digress. So, I'm gonna be honest. This seems like near future more than distant future. And naturally, in the void state, right? So we've already determined. It happens because of some sort of huge change. You've made a decision that you wanted something to change. You had to make a sacrifice, and now you're in the void state in which you can create what you want to come next. But after that comes a time where you have to after that comes a time where basically the universe is going to ask, are you sure? And a lot of people see this as a test. Like you're being tested. If you want the old things back, I don't want to say you're going to get it back exactly, but it's more of if you want the old pattern back, you can get it back. But if you want to continue forward to the unknown, you can choose that too. You won't get both because they contradict. The cards, the booklet said something that impacted me here. It's not just about comfort coming your way. Yeah, I think this is saying that what is coming next for you is essentially you are going to be asked, are you sure? Are you sure you want to move forward? And remain persistent. Remain persistent. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure that I want to move forward. I want this change. Because you most likely do. You're just going through the hard part of the change first, but later on, it gets adjusted, and then you finally will settle into it. Fireworks, that's fireworks. It's 4th of July, hold on. The fireworks may continue, but you also may have to decide between if you want to help yourself or help somebody else. And I mean that, like, I think, even though these are pentacles, I think this is like, there may have been something that you brought to somebody's life. You may have inspired them to go down a spiritual path. And you were, I guess, sort of a mentor here. So you may be deciding if you want to help somebody else develop something or if you want to help yourself develop something. That might be for somebody. That's just like a little side thing. Yeah. Because now I just pulled again. I forgot the camera was paused. But Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands fell on top like that. So the Ace of Wands is your torch. Your torch being whatever is inspiring you, whatever your goal that you want to go towards, whatever that thing it is that you want. The torch is your passion that guides you. It is your inspiration that guides you. The Six of Wands is success, and it is both private and public victory. You personally succeed with whatever it is that you're wanting to gain or wanting to obtain, but it shows externally that you've won, and it's a wonderful feeling. I think that this is what comes after the test. It seems like, yeah, confirmation fireworks? I don't know. I'm just gonna let it go. Oh, I see them. It's like sparkling through the trees. Alright, confirmation fireworks. You know what? Actually, that is kind of really timely. With this public success celebration, that's the fireworks. Wow. It's really difficult for me to convey just this journey that you're on. This is the type of journey where everybody goes through this. There are tons of thousands of videos like this one who share similar messages. This is a very human journey, and I'm so excited for you. It's kind of the same as when you read a book or you watch a show. You finish it, and then you already know the arc, but then you go back and read it or watch it again. The characters, while they're in each episode, have no idea how things will turn out, but you do. That's how I feel right now. I feel like I'm watching your success, and you have no idea that you're gonna get it, especially once you reach this point where you get tested. Are you sure? You will feel probably like the opposite. You will feel you may just really need to draw on that inner strength, because it can be tempting. It can be very tempting. But I'm telling you, review everything that's happened so far. Review why this change happened to begin with, because I have a feeling this didn't happen without you at some point thinking, I wish this was different, for whatever reason that is for you. And it seems like you wanted more. You wanted more for yourself, for your independence, for your personal journey. You needed more in some way. Stick to that decision, because you're gonna get it. You don't see it now, but you will. Alright, any closing messages, Spirit? The Eight of Pentacles. Building up your skills. I saw 2848 on the clock for a second there. Building up your skills. This is the apprenticeship. Going from a page to a knight. Stick with it. It is definitely going to be worth it for you. I promise. I promise. That's beautiful. Alright, I'm going to leave that here. This video is long enough. If it resonated, I hope it helped. If it did resonate, leave a like, leave a comment. Yeah. Okay, bye.